Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing a power steering pump on this 1977 Ford F-150 with the 460 big block in it. Power steering pump's starting to make a little bit of noise. Customer wants it replaced, so that's what we're going to do. Let's get started. So here's where the power steering pump lives on this truck. Pretty easy to get to. Should be a pretty quick and easy job. 2 lines on it. 3 nuts hold it down, the adjustment here in the front. And that should get it off of the truck. After that, it's just a matter of pulling the pulley off the old pump. We have to reuse it on the new pump over here. So we got to pull the pulley off of the old pump, press it back onto the new pump, swap the bracket over, and put her back together. Shouldn't be a big deal. Okay, pump's off. Next thing we got to do is pull this pulley off. To do that, you need one of these pulley puller install and remove kits, specifically for a power steering pump pulley. There's really no other way to do it without this tool. You may be able to get this pulley off with like a 3-jaw puller or something, but you're probably going to wind up bending this flange back here, and then you're going to need this kit anyway to put the new pulley on, or the pulley back on the new pump. So this tool here, or this part of the kit, is what gets the pulley off. It's going to pull from the center hub using these guys. These 2 halves clamp around the ring right here on the front of the pulley. The tool goes inside of them like that, and then this collar goes over to hold those 2 halves together until you get some tension on the puller. Okay, I put it together backwards, I guess. So these, one side is cut a lot deeper than the other, so I had those backwards. So the big sides go around the pulley, the small sides go around the tool like that. Collar, tighten this up. All right, so she's ready to start pulling there. So for this puller, we're going to hold the center nut here with a wrench, and we're going to put the puller this in. That's all there is to getting it off of there. We're done with this part of the kit. I'm going to put those pieces away. So now, for the next trick, I'm going to try and get this to fit back in the box there. Now, for the next trick, we need to swap this bracket over to the new pump. Make sure you do that before you put the pulley on, otherwise you're going to be pulling the pulley back off to get the bracket moved over. You won't be able to get these bolts out with the pulley on it. I think these are 5/8 as well. Nope. I thought I had one of them over here. All right, so there's really only one way this will go on. I mean, it'll go on multiple ways, but in order to have the dipstick in the right location, there's only one way it'll go on. So this hole right here needs to be our center bolt in the bracket. All right, one more thing back here on the back of the pump is this nut. This nut also holds part of the bracket. The bracket is slotted, so you just loosen this nut up a little bit, and then the bracket will slide up around it. You don't have to take that nut all the way off. Well, you will have to take that nut all the way off because you reuse it on the new pump. So All right, 15/16. All right, so there's the bracket. We're done with this old pump. I'll just have to drain it properly before we put it back in there in the box for a core. I guess I should have paid more attention. There we go. There we go. Get all that started without getting any dirt in the pump. All right, so the bracket is swapped over. Now to put the pulley back on. Okay, so to get the pulley back on there, we have to find what kind of threads this guy has inside of it. So you've got 3 different press bolts to press this pulley back on. So it's that one there that fits. Yeah. Okay, so what we're going to do, we start our pulley on there. Now we need to thread this bolt in to the shaft on the power steering pump. It's threaded inside, and then that's going to let us push again on that center hub to put that back on to the shaft. All right. So get the pulley centered up. Now we need to hold the center bolt and tighten with the right size wrenches. Tighten the center pressing tool. I would recommend, instead of using an open end wrench, if you've got a ratchet wrench that size, let me go see if I do. I think I do. I should have. So a ratchet wrench right here will make it go a lot faster. I don't know if you can see it in the video or not, but it's pushing it right back on there. It doesn't go on hard. Obviously it's a tight enough fit that the pulley doesn't slip on the shaft, but it's not too hard to shove back on there. So you just keep going till this tool bottoms out, and what that will do is make the front of that hub on the shaft even. I'm sorry, the front of the hub on the pulley even with the end of the shaft. All right, so it bottomed out right there. So now we loosen this up. Loosen it up like that. And now you can see, or I'll get you in here better to see in a minute. Here you can see what I was talking about how you can't get those bolts out without taking the pulley off. So here you can see how the end of the pulley is flush with the end of the shaft. So that's all there is to swapping the pulley over. We'll mount this back in the truck and start filling it up with fluid. All right, so we got it back on there, filled up with fluid, bled out, cleaned up, the fluid that we spilled. Pretty easy job, pretty quick job. It probably didn't take 20 minutes altogether, maybe 30 at the most, but pretty quick job, pretty easy to get to on these old trucks. Some of these new ones, it'll take you hours just to get the old pump off, where this one, like I just said, we changed the whole thing, had it bled out, ready to test drive within 20 or 30 minutes. So that's all there is to that. If you enjoyed the video, please click like, comment. The more likes and comments we get, the more YouTube will show our video to other people that may watch it, puts it in front of them so they can see that there's a video there anyway. So like, comment, subscribe so you'll see our future videos, and thank you very much. Y'all have a great day.